on the positive differences using positive reinforcement can make when communicating with children. How is your communication with children? What if I told you there is a way to communicate that could relieve some stressful situations? What if communicating with children is as easy as saying good job? By using positive reinforcement, the communications between you and children can change for the better. In my short presentation today, I will inform you of just what positive reinforcement is. I will provide you with a definition of what positive reinforcement is, give some examples of using the technique, and an explanation of why positive reinforcement works when communicating with children. Let's take a look at the first step on understanding positive reinforcement, which is its definition. The world's largest and most authoritative online dictionary website, dictionary.com, explains the definition of positive reinforcement as the offering of desirable efforts or consequences for a behavior with the intention of increasing the chance of that behavior being repeated in the future. In an article posted on Animal Behaviors Answers website on December 15, 2004 with the title, "Does Positive Reinforcement Really Work?" author Kelly Snyder, who is well educated in earning her MS, BS, and BCAB in behavior analysis, gives us an explanation of the definition of positive reinforcement. The definition of positive reinforcement states that a behavior is followed by a consequence called a reinforcer and results in a future increase of the rate of the behavior. The consequence, of course, must come after the behavior happens, and the consequence must cause the behavior to happen more often in the future. Otherwise, it's not really positive reinforcement in the first place. Now that we know the basis of positive reinforcement, I believe it's necessary for me to give you a couple of quick examples of how to use positive reinforcement. From the eHow team at eHow.com, who combined the experimental knowledge of certified experts with the practical knowledge of everyday people to help you discuss, plan, and complete things, gives the example of using positive reinforcement as notice and praise of good behavior, not the bad. Focus on the positive situations instead of the negative. On CliffNotes.com, proudly part of the John Wiley & Sons stable and educational and reference books established in 1807, gives the example: if a student rewrites a term paper and is rewarded for that rewrite by a better grade, getting the better grade is the positive reinforcer, and the teacher awarding the grade to encourage rewrites is the positive reinforcement. Now that I've explained and have shown you some examples of positive reinforcement with children, why does this technique work? KidsMakingChange.com is a resource and community for parents and caregivers of children ages 3 through 18. According to KMC, positive reinforcement works because it gives children positive goals to work towards instead of only focusing on the negative consequences to avoid. Positive reinforcement fulfills strong basic psychological needs of every child, as well as setting a more positive and healthy tone for the caregiver-child relationship. In an article titled "Positive Reinforcement and Reward," published on the Purdue University website, an extension authors, and I cannot say his name, his last name is Natrajan, an extension graduate research assistant, and Judith A. Myers-Walls, a CFLE extension specialist with a PhD, states that positive reinforcement also gives children attention. Children love and need attention. Rewards and positive reinforcement are ways to discipline a child. They are ways that can help everyone feel good. Some experts say you should use 5 times more rewards than punishments. That was new to me. They work better and they make family life more fun. Try to find ways to use rewards and praise every day. We have covered what positive reinforcement is, as well as giving some great examples to help facilitate the actions during communications with children. So let's take a look at what I've covered today. Positive reinforcement has potential for making a happy environment for children. The reinforcement is positive and should be given after doing something good to promote the reoccurrence of that good action. The examples of focusing on and praising the good behaviors and not the bad, and the student rewriting his or her paper for the better grade, with the better grade being the reinforcer, are just two examples of how positive reinforcement can be used. The reasoning behind positive reinforcement working is that it provides positive goals, yet still provides the children with the attention they need. I hope all of you understand positive reinforcement or will do further research on positive reinforcement to broaden your knowledge and use it to the fullest potential in communicating with children.